talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Yes, let's talk. A man was killed after a mail carrier ran him over at the Mars Hill post office on December 27th. This is an issue that maybe we all look past simply because we are stuck in our ways. How does this correlate? Let Jay explain. I've been to many stations and I've noticed that the mail volume has gone up so substantially that it has caused each station to run out of space. Are you one of those stations where you have more mail than you actually have space, meaning the volume has outgrown the actual post office? I'm sure you may be in one of those places. According to Chad Wilson, who was named Mars Hill's police chief effective January 1st, the identity of the man, who has not yet been released, said the man was a former math teacher and had recently moved to Marshall from Michigan. According to Wilson, Madison County Emergency Operations Center received a 911 call at 2:48 stating that a motor vehicle crash had involved a truck and a pedestrian. Wilson said the carrier was attempting to back the box truck into a back parking lot area where the loading dock and backed into the man and running into him over the side of the parking lot where there are 6 parking spots parallel to NC 13th Carl Eller Road. I arrived on the scene and bystanders and fire department personnel were performing CPR on the individual and he was transported to the hospital. According to the police chief, the man was with his wife and planned to pick up their mail at the post office. Wilson said his wife did not witness him getting run over as she was getting out of the car. I hate it on her part because she's in shock. I just hate it, especially right after the holidays. Wilson and Mars Hill Town manager Nathan Bennett said they had hoped the incident would spark discussion at the federal level about the location, general layout, building, parking lot infrastructure at the Mars Hills post office. There are only 11 parking spaces in that parking spot. It's extremely tight, and with the amount of volume that the post office gets now, as much as Mars Hills has grown, we've outgrown that post office years ago. Bennett agreed with Wilson and said he felt it was time for a new location. I would think it's time for the Postal Service to look at a new post office location for Mars Hill. It's just that they need a secure place. That just highlights how dangerous it is. We have numerous fender benders all the time. It's such a tight, congested space. The post office is located at 65 South Main Street across from Madison County Visitor Center and adjacent to the Gazebo Park and a number of businesses, including the popular barbecue restaurant Slack House. Wilson said he spoke to the mail carrier, whose identity has not been released. He is distraught, as anybody would be. It is a sad situation on both sides, as well as the town itself. I mean, it happened 1 block from downtown Mars Hill. Wilson said that he would meet with the district attorney, Seth Banks, to issue Mars Hills Police Department incident report. Banks was scheduled to participate in a trial this week. Banks did not offer any comment on the investigation. Wilson said he met with the United States Postal Service and an investigation remains ongoing. Philip Bogener operates corporate communications for the United States Postal Service. Bo Gangberger was not available for press at this time. The incident is just the latest tragedy and related to the Mars Hills post office. So I say all of that to say, when we are concerned or worried about our locations that we have nationwide being moved, this is possibly one of the reasons. A lot of the post offices nationwide have basically outgrown themselves. The population has grown massively. These post offices are 40, 50, 60 years old. And with the population growing, we're going to continually have these problems, especially for you, the worker, the mail carriers, as well as the clerks, where you have to deal with this on a consistent basis. It's a shame that we have to go through this, but the change needs to happen. This again is not an opinion piece. This is factual, because this did happen and it continues to happen nationwide. If you do not believe this, just look at the comment section. I am sure that there are many, many, many people nationwide that work for the post office say there's too much volume for their small post office. And when we complain saying we need a bigger place, then they say, hey, we're about to move, everybody freaks out. Complacency, complacency, complacency. With that being said, this was just a smidget of news for your Sunday. This is JH.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.